Hello, ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here, back with more Let's Play Kingdom Hearts RCoM Reverse, Reverse, Rebirth. God, that's long.
Yeah.
So, we finished Agrabah, we're going up the next set of stairs, there'll probably be a cutscene, let's see what happens.
And maybe a fight, who knows?
I have identified the scent. It is Riku.
Riku, you say? Has he emerged from the realm of darkness?
His existence, it was once doubled in the darkness.
Fascinating. That's why you mistook him for the superior. The dark power given to Riku facilitated his escape from its realm.
What I want to know is why he appeared here in Castle Oblivion.
That's really quite simple. His existence resonates with that of another hero.
Sora is in the castle?
He arrived earlier. Marluxia is already using Naminé's unique powers to meddle with Sora's heart.
Without even bothering to consult us.
It seems he desperately wants the Keyblade Master for himself. What a foolish plan indeed. Sora's is not such an interesting existence. The entity that holds true value is Riku, the hero of darkness.
Alright.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, we get a little more, insight into why Vexen had such, a hard-on for Riku.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that you would call that insight so much as just knowledge.
Yeah. So, continuing on with wherever the game sends me, the first choice we have that it determines is Monstro, so we get to go deal with Monstro.
Yay.
And as always, I skip through everything. I make a beeline for the boss room, because it doesn't matter. You can't, you can level up and you can maybe increase your attack every couple of levels, or you can increase your HP or dark points, but for the most part, you're still stuck with the same deck, and again, it's a straight shot.
God, this world is way smaller than it was when we were here before.
Yeah, and it's very linear. It's all
down one hallway.
Down one hallway, and then the other, off to the side, is Conqueror's Respite.
Yeah.
That's it. And I show off the cards we get, and I do speed things up, because you guys don't want to see me just take a minute to just go through the rooms. Especially since I'm not
going through the rooms.
I'm just skipping the rooms. I do go back and kill everything. Like, I slaughter every single Heartless that I can find. So, but at least this way you guys get to see.
Good to level, but
yeah. You guys get to see what cards I use for these rooms. I use a couple of roulette rooms because I wanted to make sure I had enough of everything.
Whoops.
I did get into a fight, but I ran away. Cause
it's alright, he'll still be there when we go back.
Yep. And then we make it to the boss room, which 5
Wow,
green.
that is a cheap boss room.
Yeah. So
that's insane. Our prices are
insane. And we fight the Parasite Cage again, and this time it's actually easier. Like, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either go for card breaks to go into dark mode faster, and then you beat it with Riku's 2 dark slights, or you can try to aim for card duels, because you actually do have a fairly decent deck here. I use a bunch of slights to start off, but Mickey is also a big help here, because his slight causes you to just shoot things. You can float and just it decimates it. It's just so much fun. Notice that I don't even really care about standing in the poison muck.
Aw, you didn't duel!
I was trying to go for that. I was trying to use darkness so that I could do dark break, because that also breaks. It's the boss fight. Either dark mode or the duel in this break the game. Like,
Yeah,
you guys are gonna see later on, one of the fights that I do, the duel system is just like, I win. And, you know...
Again, as long as the deck is cooperating with you.
Yeah, for the most part, the deck has to cooperate. But it's a boss fight that I do it at, so the deck actually doesn't cooperate, but it just gives me enough time to, you know, rip it a new one. And so I go through, and you guys get to see everything that I get. Because I wanted to have at least one of everything, or try to, or build up cards, because I know Riku has kind of a weird curve in which rooms get kind of expensive. But because you also don't need them for treasure rooms, you don't spend them as much.
Yeah.
So I want to try to make sure I've got a good variety.
Still have to go back and mess with that Tigger thing.
Yeah, I know, you keep wanting to do that.
But you got a roulette room. Your roulette room.
Yeah, I was going for a 9 red, but that was 8 red was the only thing that was there. And as you can see, all the level ups that I do are still there. And part of the problem is Riku doesn't get any of the treasure rooms, so his blue cards are severely limited.
Yeah.
So, not this world, but maybe the next, I think. I know one world I just stock up on as many blue cards as possible, because I really didn't feel like I had nearly enough to get by. But it's kind of disappointing that Riku's story feels just kind of like slapped on there. Like, oh, we're not gonna do anything. It's just...
Well, I mean, it kind of is, though.
It kind of is. But you figure with the PS2 report, they would add a little more, like they would give Riku something.
No, that would be, you know, implying that Square actually likes us here in the good old US, and we all know that that's not true, so...
Well, we get shafted. Yeah, we get shafted. On all the fun stuff, like...
Kingdom Hearts PSP what?
The Kingdom Hearts Special Edition PSP, Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Edition, Final Fantasy VII International, any of the Final Fantasy
all
International
of the
editions.
Kingdom Hearts final
The
mixes
final
that
mixes.
we're finally getting now.
But I guarantee
The
you,
first one, at least.
Kingdom Hearts 1.5 will have something unique. Like,
Of course it will!
because that's... But I'm also, like, the biggest pessimist when it comes to that. So, yeah, just, anytime you can increase attack, just increase attack.
I mean, the Mark of Mastery edition of the 3DS game is insane.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed that they did that.
Yeah. And we're here at Conqueror's Respite, save the game, and I skip ahead. You guys don't need to see the save menu, so I cut that out. There's no point in that. And
You've seen a lot of it.
cutscene.
I take it you're Riku.
Are you with Ansem?
You are half correct. Let us say that he is not the Ansem with which you are familiar. He is Ansem, and he is not Ansem. Perhaps a nobody best conveys the idea.
Riddles were never my thing. Try again.
He belongs to neither the light nor the dark, but walks the twilight between. Oh. Catching on now? Oh, yes. You also stand in between the light and the darkness. It appears we have much in common.
Maybe. Like you said, there really is darkness left inside of me. But so what? Darkness is my enemy! And so are you for reeking of that awful smell!
Oh, so it's a fight you want. Very good. I shall take you on.
Alright, this fight with Vexen just sucks because you don't have magic cards, which was a really good way to stop him.
Yeah,
or you don't have, you know, slights. Best bet, go dark mode and just beat him with that.
Here you go.
Because he's got the shield to guard, and Yeah, it breaks all of your cards. It's just he's just so freaking annoying. I hate dealing with him.
I mean, it was annoying anyway.
And card duel, I screw this one up, and I believe. Oh no, I guess I thought I screwed it up. So
the next one.
It was time to duel. Ah, yes.
I'm sorry.
And I do it again in dark mode because this one I think I screw up. Or no, I just get all sorts of them.
I really did try to stop him from saying that, I promise.
No, you didn't try. We're joking around about using that line for a while, especially since there's a meme that goes around. It's a guy standing next to a clock, and Yukimoto's head is superimposed on it, and all of the clock numbers have been replaced with the word duel. The caption is, "Oh dear, look at the time." I find it hilarious. And this is a slate that we don't get to see often. It's 3 9s, Dark Aura, and it kills everything. Yeah, it's Riku's strongest attack, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right about that.
I honestly thought I failed those duels, because I don't duel often.
Anymore.
I find coursing through you there is a darkness of formidable power growing, well worth the trouble of aggravating you. All this excitement has provided me with invaluable data.
What?
Many thanks, Riku.
It was a trick all along.
There's the surprise.
Vexen? Or any of the bad guys tricking you? No, never.
'Cause that could never happen.
That's not a thing. And since there was a boss fight, we didn't really have any, story, so we just move on to the next world. And where does the game send us this time? Neverland! Fantastic. Neverland actually feels like it has more content here than it did the first game. And as usual, we start off with Key of Beginnings, because there's nothing else. I love how Riku just gets the keys. Sora has to do something to have an epiphany to get the key. And as usual,
I think that it only feels like that because Peter Pan's being such a douche weasel.
Yep. And so, the deck that you see here, and the enemy card, Pirate, I think I use it once. I may not have even kept that on screen, though. Turns everything to zeros. And I don't speed through this one. I should have sped through this one. I just seem to remember that there was a lot more going on in Monstro, but this room, this world is a lot more linear, but shorter.
I was gonna say, how can it be more linear?
Well,
I think that's like a literal impossibility.
I think there's 3 rooms between me and the boss room here versus 5.
Yeah, it's true. So it's not really that it's more linear, because it's actually not. It's just...
It's shorter, so I didn't even bother skipping through that. Probably should have, though, in hindsight.
Oh well.
But as usual, afterwards I go and I basically destroy everything that's living in Neverland. Yeah, we're at the room next to the boss room, so... And since I don't need to worry about getting enemy cards, I don't bother with anything.
Yeah.
So. And we get to go fight Captain Hook.
Yay.
No dialogue.
Joy upon joy.
Nothing. Like, we have no reason why we're fighting Captain Hook. And Captain Hook's one of the people that you would actually expect there to be dialogue, because Riku did have a presence.
In Neverland.
And he had interaction with Captain Hook. But yet there's nothing. Like, there's nothing going on. And I think Hook's got a bunch of zeros. He's pretty good at breaking slides. So be careful about that. Yeah, he uses the same enemy card, turns everything to zeros. So all of his cards are now zeros. But I go dark and proceed to rip him in half. Because that's what Riku does best. I think he breaks this, yeah. I don't get to do the first. And since he broke my slide, I lose dark mode. So that was
Are you sure that was inverse or reverse?
It should be inverse, because it's dark and cold.
You know, I know. What I'm saying is I'm pretty sure when I read that on the screen, now granted I am a fair bit away from it and my eyesight is not what it used to be. It looked like it said reverse.
I'll have to check. I was pretty sure it was inverse, but
I don't know.
I'll check it.
Because, you know, reverse, rebirth, I don't know. Maybe that has some
Might, I don't know.
connotations to go with. I don't know.
I was pretty sure it was inverse since it was dark and light, so. But level up, and we don't get attack, so we increase dark points so that I don't get broken out of dark mode as easily. And then we get to see all of the spoils from Neverland.
Which is massive. Did you go everywhere?
I don't remember. I may have not opened one room. I tried to go at least go into every room. I may not open every specific pathway, but I try to go into every room. I do save it, apparently, though. At least I make a save room.
Okay.
So. Save it.
Which is an interesting choice.
I think I did that just to refill my HP and get rid of a card. Because with Riku, I do have a problem of maxing out my cards very quickly. So
since we're not using them for treasure rooms,
yeah. And again, more dark points. Sora goes for the DP. I was expecting at least a glare from that, and you just okay. Well, you're blinking at me, so that's one thing. It's a terrible joke, but
he wants me to throw my water bottle at him.
Helix is the one who keeps saying it. He keeps saying it, and I can't unsee it now.
How is that my problem?
I'm
gonna lock him in his room.
Have fun with that. Oh, I forgot. This is when we start getting random
break
jokers.
The doorknob.
And
Everybody get out.
Random jokers are so much more powerful for Riku because the fact that he doesn't get other blue cards.
Yeah.
And they function pretty much like mingling worlds, so it's random. You'll get something random when you use it. And Conqueror's Respite, so that's the end of it. We'll see you guys in the next storm.